And we are live, everyone.
Yay!
Yay. Hi, Leah. How are you?
Hi, I'm so good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, what do we get to talk about today?
Oh, why you don't have fear to ghosts or how ghosts contribute you to your daily life.
Yeah. Well, I remember seeing an Instagram post that you did, or there was a picture of you, and it said um, you used to be afraid of ghosts. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you're not afraid of them anymore?
Yes. I used to be afraid of ghosts because like at the night I like saw them and
Mm,
I can't sleep.
yeah.
So I was like afraid of them, like they to did me something, like.
Yeah.
But now, like I have more tools, and I see all this whole world of
What
possibilities.
kind of tools do you have? Do you like have like a hammer and a screwdriver, or like what kind of tools?
Energetic tools.
Oh, from
Yeah,
where? Like
uh,
where did you learn these tools from?
from Access Consciousness.
Access consciousness. That's such a big two big words.
Yeah,
That's a lot. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I knew a kid. My boys used to do martial arts, um, and there was a boy, a young man, who actually really saw ghosts and stuff as well, and he used to hear them too, and it freaked him out. And the sad thing about that though was like I didn't know access consciousness existed at that time, but he went to the doctors for it and all that, and they all basically said that it was all in his head. So he had to kind of keep it a secret. And when people have to keep those kinds of things a secret, sometimes it can make them crazy because they feel like they're all alone in the world and that nobody gets them. And a lot of times the doctors will medicate people like that too and put them on like really strong medicines.
Yeah.
So, and then like, years later, he eventually kind of grew up and moved out of the area. But I always think about him because I'm like, wow, it would have been great to have been able to share with him at least what else was possible with having this entity awareness.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Because now, like, I know they can contribute you and they can be like your team. Uh,
Yeah.
and some will be and some like not. You just need like to ask for it. Yeah, it was like an adventure to discover it.
Yeah.
Because my mom and I were like super aware of entities. And like, yeah, the other day I was like perceiving a lot of entities, and my body went like crazy because I was having headache. I my stomach hurt, like a lot of things. And my mom was like, "Are you aware of entities?" And I was like, "Uh, yes."
Yeah. We were doing a call that day, weren't we? That was the same day that we were doing the live with your mom and Ileana.
Yes, yeah, that was the same day, and my
Yeah.
mom and I was like crying, and I said, and I was like why do I don't have these with this? And then I start like asking what else, and my mom like sent me a message and said me like, okay, start clearing entities. And I was like, like in the school, in like when the doctor went like to the school, in the
Hmm.
school, I was like, ah! and I was like clearing all the entities, and then when I went home I sent you a message, and yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
I get better.
Yeah, that is, there's a whole kingdom of entities. There's good guys and bad guys, and really, really bad ones, and really, really good ones too. And so, a lot of times, people really aren't aware of that. They think it's like all bad. And sometimes if folks really come from like strong religious backgrounds, like this conversation doesn't necessarily fit a lot of those points of view. And unfortunately, for a lot of people that are functioning within those paradigms, they who have these types of capacities, they sort of feel very alone because they don't have anybody they can talk to about this sort of stuff. And sometimes they get sick, like really sick, either mentally sick or physically sick. And this is it, a lot of people have the point of view like they have to give up their religion to learn this kind of stuff, and that's just not true. It's just something you could add to your life to help your life be easier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I heard like these people who had headache when they are like in a place with a lot of entities or
Yeah,
like that kind of stuff, and like they make us wrong, like on this reality, like they make us wrong because of that, because like you always have headaches and you always feel sick, and
yeah,
like it it's like here like no, like you can have ease with this and it's not wrong, you are not wrong, like
yeah,
you
yeah.
are just aware.
Exactly. And anytime you're on the journey of consciousness, it's not going to always be easy either. Sometimes it is going to be a little challenging, you know, especially if you go to like a different city that maybe you're not used to those different energies and stuff like that. Just dealing with the different people, the different cultures could be a challenge, let alone, the ancestors that don't have bodies anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like awareness sometimes could be very, very, very intense. But the tools, I've talked to the entities that were created by Shannon O'Hara and Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness. They created these tools to help empower us, to help empower you, so that if you are feeling kind of icky and gross, you don't have to stay stuck in it. It's something that you could actually change. And like you said before, it's something that we could actually also have ease with as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
And like what are our like points of view of this, because we are afraid of ghosts because they are bad all and they can like hurt you, but like that's not true. Like you are the one that dominates, because you have a body and you know the tools, and like yeah, so we don't have to be afraid of ghosts. You just have to be aware and stay present, like yeah.
That's exactly right. You're right on. And it really, a lot of people too, what you'll find is if people have a hard time sort of being empowered in their everyday life, those kinds of people tend to also struggle with the spirit world as well. But the tools are designed to help you not only with your everyday life, but also with the spirit world too. I found that I got stronger when utilizing these tools with the spirit world. That actually helped me in my everyday life with dealing with people. So but you're right. It is about you being basically the boss entity. You being the superior entity. You just happen to have a body. We have bodies right now, right? And we don't have to be at the effect of that universe or that world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know my story, but like, my first wife, well, I'm not gonna, well, yeah, never mind. We won't go down that road. You can listen to the free Zoom I did with Shannon today. So, but I'm not gonna get into it. I'm thinking, well, am I gonna have this conversation with the 10-year-old? I'm like, man, forget it.
Yeah,
But I have 3 kids. I think Arya's gonna come and pay us a visit. You met Arya, right? She
yeah.
may she may pop in to say hello if she has a second, because she has a really cool story of something like she went through when she was like 4 or 5 years old, and it was like really, really, really cool. And she's been bringing it up a lot lately because she's been remembering. Um, but it was a time when I was like running her bars, and it was like, I don't know if you know what the word exorcism means. You know what an exorcism is?
I think so.
That's a big word. An exorcism is basically like something that you see priests in the Catholic Church, not all the Catholic churches, but certain priests, they cast out demons out of people. And like an exorcism takes place. That's what they call like when you cast demons out of people. But so we obviously have clearings to do that, right? To help people to let go of the demons that maybe be affecting them. But I remember one day I was, running the bars, Access Consciousness bars that was created by Gary Douglas. And it was literally like demons were leaving her body. It was like unbelievable. It was such an intense experience. And because of everything that we have personally gone through as a family with her mom's suicide, and, even before her mom committed suicide, her mom had felt like she was demon possessed, and we didn't have the tools at the time. And we went to church and we did all those different things, but it didn't help her, unfortunately. And so knowing what I know now, knowing what you know now, it's like the tools that we have are very, very powerful, and it can help people have more hope in life.
Yeah, yeah. And like, what space we could be
Yeah.
to
So I'm
like,
excited about coming down to visit you guys again and do this Talk to the Entities class.
yes.
Have you taken a Talk to the Entities class before? I mean, I know you know how to use the tools, but have you been through a whole weekend of entity classes?
No, no.
Wow. And you already know as much as you do. Your mom's a great teacher. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's so cool. Yeah, so we're going to have fun. We're going to have the beginners class. So not only are we going to learn how to clear them, we're going to also learn how to talk to them and even receive from the good ones, from like our teammates.
Yeah.
People like to call teammates guardian angels in this reality, right? But we call them teammates because they're not like more powerful than you, right? They're just there to contribute to you. So, yeah, I know that's a very taboo subject for a lot of people because they get afraid, like, no, I shouldn't be communicating with entities. That's bad. That's against my religion. And I'm like, no, it's not bad. All the great religious leaders and founders back in the old days spoke to ghosts and spirits all the time. You know what I mean? So it's totally fine. I keep thinking people have questions here in the comments, but you guys are just posting all the different links. Yeah. So we're going to have the beginners class and the intermediate class. It's going to be so much fun.
Yay.
Yay.
See you
So, well, I can't wait to see you. And what else is truly possible?
there. Yay. Me too.
Awesome. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.